Why do prison officers go and have intimate relationships with prisoners? I'm going to break that one down for you in this one, people, because there has a lot of people been asking this question when I've been doing videos about prison. And they're saying, why is it that so many of these cases are happening so recently? Well, it's not that it's happening so recently, it's just that they've actually been getting caught as of more recently. It's more in the news, in the headlines, and like I've just said, it's more that they're getting caught for it. It's been going on for years, decades. Obviously, there's more and more women coming into the prison system to work than what there was, say, 10, 20 years ago, because they're short-staffed, understaffed, and they need to make the numbers up. So obviously, when there's more women coming forward, there's more women getting employed. And guess what? When they're coming into this line of work and they're coming across people that they haven't really met before in everyday walks of life, more so a lot of people that have got money, big time gangsters, or ones that are flattering them, giving them attention on a daily basis, because they're seeing them on a daily basis, they're forming friendships, which is turning into relationships. And more time than not, the prisoner is just manipulating the prison officer to get what he wants. Because let's have it right. If a prisoner is in there and he thinks he can get the chance of getting a bit of noogie or whatever off one of the female officers, then he's going to try his luck. And more often than not, a lot of these that aren't trained to a high level, they've just come into the job, they're brand new, they're getting flattered, and a lot of them are getting a bit of money chucked at them. Some of them, like I've said, they're saying, give us your bank deals, I'll pull a bit extra wages in for you, and it goes from there. They're loving the attention, they're loving the money, and they're not saying no. But as a prisoner, or from a prisoner's point of view, the reason why they're doing it, there's every reason for them to do it. They're in there, they're bored, they're lonely, they've gotten out. Then they've got this opportunity. They've got an opportunity to get intimate. They've got an opportunity to get whatever they want inside. They've got an opportunity to get contraband brought in, phones, whatever else. And they take that opportunity as soon as they see it. So that's exactly why that's happening from a prisoner's point of view. But like I said, the females, even more so the ones that have went with the bad boys in the high security prisons, the reason why they're doing it is because they're loving a bit of attention of a bad boy. These big time gangsters in the high security prisons, giving them a bit of attention. They can't believe it that they're getting attention of said gangster, and he's flashing a bit of money at them, and they're loving the attention, they're feeling special. So then they jump on board and get whatever they can. Now look, I'll not mention too many names, but I'll mention a one because it was high profile and it was big news, which was Curtis Cocky Warren, when he was in HMP Franklin. And he got caught going with the female prison officer in there. That relationship did progress, and it went on, or it went even further on the outside, because when he got recalled, he was found at her address. So this isn't nothing that hasn't been spoke about. It's in the public domain, so I'm not speaking anything on here that's not already out there. But look at him, for instance. Why did she go with him? Obviously, he's got one of the biggest names up and down the country as one of the biggest gangsters of his time. Even though he's not now, but he was back then. And he was in the public domain. He's got books. He was even in Forbes magazine as one of the richest men in the country at the time. So then he flatters this female officer, and she loves a bit of attention, and she can't believe it that he's picked her. So that's how some of the relationships progress inside of prison. But some of them, more so in the category C's, when staff wages aren't the best, you can go and have a look for yourself. The wages aren't the best for what they do, or the shit that they put up with. And they're on minimum wage, some of them, especially like the ones in private prisons and stuff. They give them whatever they get. So a minimum wage, and then they get offered an extra 500 quid a week for bringing something in or flashing a bit of knicker. So what do you think they're going to do? Someone that hasn't got much, think they're going to get an easy ride, so to speak. But yes, think that they're going to have it easy for an extra 500 quid a week or a grand, whatever, can be any amount. They're not going to turn their nose up at that when they're struggling to pay the bills at home, to get paid pennies for doing a shit job. And that is the reason why a lot of them do it as well. And a lot of them are quite young that are coming in. Some of them have barely left the teenage years, and they're coming into contact with hardened criminals, hardened criminals who are master manipulators. They know how to make them feel good about themselves, flatter them, and splash a bit of cash. And that's what they love inside of prison. They love a bit of the bad lad. But on the other end of it, you don't really hear about this as much when the male officers, the male screws are going with the female prisoners. That isn't as well known, or it's not reported on as much. Maybe the female lasses know how to keep it quiet, because it will be going on, believe you me. Because them horny dog lasses inside of the female prisons, when they see a male screw come on the wing, a new one as well, big, muscly screw, who they find attractive, then believe you me, it's happening in there as well. But obviously it's not out as much, like I've just mentioned. But again, them lasses in them nicks are different to what the lads are. They're already getting plenty of loving off each other. And I know this firsthand because I've had female prisoners on here before for interviews, and they've told us exactly what goes on inside of their nicks. They're all giving each other a bit of loving, so they probably haven't got time for a male screw, because it would just be uproar, and they probably wouldn't be able to keep their mouth shut, because they'll all be either wanting a bit or they'll all be jealous of it. So that's probably why it isn't as popular in the female nicks as it is in the men's jails. But I just thought I would come on and break that down a bit and give you my opinion about it, because like I say, people's been asking and saying, why does it happen? Those are the reasons why it happens. And it also happens because, and I'll give you this one for a different reason. This one happens when they get into relationships because they actually do fall for each other, as in it's normal everyday life. Someone that goes into work, just say for instance, they're working in an apartment, not apartment blocks, I was going to say apartment blocks, working in offices, just say council offices, where you're working with about another 20 or 30 people, a bit like a wing surrounding, but working in offices. They're all interacting with each other every day, the males and the females. They start having a bit of banter between each other. Then it progresses from there. And then they start going out on dates. So imagine when these female screws are going into the prisons, talking with the lads on a regular basis, and then they don't look at them as going in and they're prisoners, they're the staff. They start looking at them as sort of workmates. So they're going in, looking at the prisoners, having a bit of banter with them, more so the lads that are on the cleaners or the servery, who are with them a lot during the day. Then it develops from there. And that sometimes has got nothing to do with the power or the money. It's just naturally falling in love with each other. It's happened on many occasions. All the time this is happening. some of these relationships have actually went on to become marriages, more so in the high security prisons. There was a couple of lads I was in with that had fell in love with the screws. One of them had actually went on to marry them. So there is another scenario. But I'll leave that one there for now, people. But if there is any more of these type of videos you want us to do, drop it in the comment section. I'll leave that one there for now. And if you are enjoying the content, remember, people, comment, like, and subscribe. Take care, everyone.